I'm proud of our fight, the toughness that we showed, our ability to stay together. Our bench was really engaged in every timeout and in every huddle. We were all engaged.
6 records fell. That's the undeniable truth. Despite the 91-90 loss to the Atlanta Dream, Caitlin Clark's performance was so extraordinary, it forced a rewrite of the record books. The scoreboard may have shown a defeat, but history told a very different story.
Dug themselves into an early hole here. Clark looking to get going. Oh, that's a deep 3!
From controversial calls that had her boyfriend tweeting in frustration, to the jaw-dropping moment she shattered records that took WNBA legends hundreds of games to reach, Caitlin Clark's night against Atlanta was an emotional roller coaster. She didn't just break records, she blew past milestones, including one that left Sabrina Ionescu in the dust. Most stunning of all, a record that took Courtney Vandersloot 394 games. Clark achieved it in just 42. Despite the heartbreaking loss, show your support for Caitlin by dropping a comment below.
Yes, this stinks. We want to win this game. But, I think this is great for her team. A little adversity. How are we going to respond? How are we going to come in here tomorrow morning and watch the film and learn and get on the court and get better? And like I said, that's why this league is so great. You have a couple days and then you get right back to it. You find a way to respond. We have a chance to go there and play them, actually. So it's even better, I guess. We can, get a little redemption if we go down there and play well.
What if one of the greatest individual performances in WNBA history still wasn't enough to secure a win? That's exactly what unfolded in the Fever's heartbreaking 91-90 loss to the Atlanta Dream. Just 1 point shy of turning Caitlin Clark's record-setting night into a team triumph.
Honestly, I give my team a lot of credit, my teammates a lot of credit. We never gave up. We fought. We were right there. We found a way to get back in it. When things didn't seem very good for this group, at least we stayed together and we kept fighting, and that's a positive.
With just 9.7 seconds left, and the Fever trailing by 1, Caitlin Clark dished the ball to Natasha Howard. The play was originally drawn up for our Leah Boston, but the Dream's defense shut that down. What happened next told the story of what might have been. Howard got a clean look, but Nia Coffey came up with a huge block. Howard grabbed her own rebound for one more shot, but it wouldn't fall.
They shot 32 free throws. It's a lot of free throws. Going to be difficult to win a lot of games when we foul people that much and put them at the line that much. It's tough. They made 25 out of 32. We still went to the line 26 times, missed 10. So that's the game really right there. It obviously doesn't come down to that, but it's just a little thing.
Free throws turned out to be the silent killer for the Fever, as they went just 16 of 26 from the line, leaving 10 critical points on the table in a game ultimately decided by 1. Natasha Howard missed all 4 of her free throws in the fourth quarter, and Aaliyah Boston came up short on a crucial attempt in the final seconds. Despite the Fever showing incredible resilience, rallying back from double-digit deficits multiple times, their defense couldn't hold steady across all 4 quarters. They locked down in the second, holding the Dream to just 13 and 15 points, but gave up 31 in the first and 32 in the third, making consistency their biggest challenge.
I didn't think we were disruptive at all. I felt like we let them move the ball wherever they wanted to. We had a lot of breakdowns in our coverages. We weren't really helping one another out. We played like 5 individuals defensively at times instead of collectively as a unit. And good teams take advantage of that. Atlanta was really good at getting downhill. They knocked down some tough shots, but when you dig yourself a hole, it makes it really difficult to use all your energy to come back.
We focused on keeping the ball out of certain players' hands, especially Clark's, and tried to force them into tough looks. Said Dream coach Carl Smesko after the game, Clark still managed to make her presence felt, but Atlanta threw full court pressure and multiple defenders her way in an effort to disrupt her rhythm.
What was the plan defensively for the Fever's last possession of the game? There was we just put a lineup up there that we thought could match up. We were gonna, if we needed to, we'd switch if we got hung up on anything. We try to keep it out of some people's hands, and we were just hoping to take a tough shot. And they probably got a shot that they felt good about, but we played really good defense on the shot. We, didn't foul and made it tough.
Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones dominated the interior, combining for a powerful 40 points and 21 rebounds. And the Fever had no real answer, while Caitlin Clark's record-breaking performance stole headlines. This loss stings for reasons that went far beyond the court, namely the officiating. Questionable calls and non-calls left fans outraged, and even drew a sharp response from Clark's boyfriend on social media. Ryan Howard added 20 points for Atlanta, knocking down 4 crucial threes to help close the game. As for Indiana, the raw talent is undeniable, but the chemistry is still a work in progress. Defensive rotations broke down in key moments, help assignments were missed, and the instinctual timing that only comes with experience together just isn't there yet.
Boston continues to show her frustration. It really started a couple.
Imagine giving everything you have on the court, shattering records, only to have crucial calls missed that ultimately swing the outcome of the game. That's exactly what unfolded in the Fever's heartbreaking loss to Atlanta, and Caitlin Clark's frustration was clear. The officiating was so questionable that coach Stephanie White had to use both of her challenges before halftime. A rarity in any game. Let that sink in. Both challenges gone in the first half alone, on what White later described as blatantly missed calls. One was even used on a basic out-of-bounds play, something that should have been an easy call for any official, but wasn't.
How disruptive were that first half, the choppy waters, the stoppages like Caitlin was talking about, and you guys never really were able to get in the pace like you've been talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's every coach's frustration when you have to use challenges on out-of-bounds plays. I mean, it is what it is. But for teams to win 3 challenges in the first half, I don't know that I've ever seen that either.
As the game wore on, Clark's frustration became impossible to hide. Nearly every drive to the basket involved heavy contact, yet the whistle stayed silent. Time and again, she threw her arms up in disbelief after obvious no calls. With each missed whistle, her irritation mounted. You could see her trying to keep her cool while pleading her case to the officials. But it was clear her words were falling on deaf ears.
Got a piece of the ball, and Clark says part of her arm as well. Jump ball is the... Well, she's just so impressive because it's felt like a relatively quieter Caitlin.
The controversy spilled beyond the court when Connor McCaffrey, Clark's boyfriend, took to social media with a viral post praising WFS's mid-season performance. Within hours, thousands had retweeted his message, backed by video clips that echoed the frustrations of fans and analysts alike. Clark was repeatedly shown absorbing heavy contact on drives with no calls from the officials. In one especially clear moment, she was pushed while shooting a three-pointer, but the referees let the play continue despite the obvious contact during her follow-through.
Just the first half seemed pretty choppy with, the amount of fouls, the challenges. Just how did that affect you as the point guard and just the team's pace as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, to me, challenges cannot take that long. It ruins the flow of the game. I get it. It's early in the year. The refs want to make the right call. We can't sit there for 2.5, 3 minutes and on an obvious hit out of bounds off of them and still not know the call. I get it. There's things to look at. There's the clock. There's is the ball going to be taken out. But that's not the only reason the flow of the game was ruined. But we're just standing there. We're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And then obviously, like I said, a lot of free throws shot between both teams tonight. That makes the game more choppy when there's a lot of fouls.